Hey guys, thank you for tuning into Community Conversation. It's our Black family's mission to highlight issues within our community and let the community talk about them. So this time I wanted to talk on this issue, which is what can we do about our food deserts? A food desert is an urban area where it's difficult to find high quality food. Sometimes I'm in South Oak Cliff or sometimes in Fort Worth, and I can drive for miles before I see a grocery store. And then sometimes if you go inside of those grocery stores, they're not the best option. And this is very important because in these same communities with food deserts, not coincidentally, they also have high issues of high blood pressure and diabetes, because the easiest access to food they have is the local corner store where they sell plenty of chips and sodas, or the local fast food place, which, you can get a burger for 99 cents, but if we know what's inside of those burgers, a lot of times it's not good for our health. And so these issues sometimes are caused by the areas that they live in because they don't have access to fresh food. So what can we do about that? Because we like to talk about solutions and get community ideas for solutions. So developers aren't necessarily in these areas, and this issue needs to be addressed now. So a lot of people have seen this as an issue for a while, and they've created things like, for instance, if you've heard of Recipe Oak Cliff or Sankofa Kitchen, these people are from our communities, and they've created these places where you can get wholesome quality food. So those are great options for us. Of course, you want to frequent those locations if you're able to. And so creating something like that, of course, helps our communities. Something else is like a mini farmers market. There's a mini farmers market buying club that's local. Is actually in South Oak Cliff, where people pull their resources together. Leaders of this club go out every 2 weeks where they get crates full of fresh fruits and vegetables. So you may want to consider joining a club such as that one. Another nonprofit that's local is Seed Inc. This organization teaches children how to garden and the importance of fresh foods and planting. So these are some organizations you can join that are local. Most of them are in the Oak Cliff area. I'm pretty sure there's some in the Fort Worth area or even other areas that I didn't mention. If so, please put those in the comments so we can highlight them as well. If you're not able to join a group, now you have to think of some ideas what you can do about the people around you. So what if, just like a mini farmers market, what if you and your neighbors get together and you take turns at the grocery store, or you pull your resources together to make sure that once a week it's either my responsibility or your responsibility to bring back fresh food. Something else you can do is create a community gardens. There's a few community gardens around different areas, or if you live in a house or you have a family member as a house, maybe you can put an area for gardening, because it really is important to know where your food comes from and even to partake into creating that food. A lot of local libraries have a seed library. A seed library, you can just go down to the library, ask the librarian, and they can tell you if they have one available or if they know of where one is, or you can just go online and check it out. But a seed library gives you access to seeds. Be mindful of living in a food desert, being in those areas, being around the people, and how we can pull together our resources. Think about the foods that you're eating. Think about how those foods build health issues over time. That's the thing about eating processed foods. It's not a one-time thing. It doesn't happen immediately. You have to do it continually for years, and then you start to see the effects of those processed foods. So think about some of the things that you're ingesting, and think about what your family's ingesting, and pass up the corner store every now and then. Try to make an extra effort to get to a grocery store or an area that provides quality food. And then, of course, pulling together resources, I think, helps more than anything. If you can get with your neighbors, friends, family members, and see how can we together access more healthy foods. Please put any of your ideas and comments in the comment section. Please keep an eye out on future community conversations. We want to keep these conversations going. We want to be able to see what are big issues in our communities and what we can do to solve them. Because us working together to solve these issues is the fastest way to a solution. And if nothing else, awareness will help a great deal. So please stay tuned. Please, if you're interested in a community conversation, let us know. We'll come out to record you. But think about those food deserts. Think about what you can do in your family, in your household, in your community, and with your neighbors around you.